Hey everyone, it's Alex from Metal Master Kingdom. We are here on virtual chats again today, and today I have the great pleasure of chatting with Kiko from Megadeth. So Kiko, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for a little bit. An honor. I'm a big Megadeth fan, so thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, so where are you calling from now? You in LA?
We're in Portland. Today's the
Oh.
first show of the tour. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Five Finger Death Punch, yeah?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so to kick things off, the exciting news right now is that The Sick, The Dying, and the Dead is coming out after a long time. Congrats on a great new album. I've been listening to it for the past couple weeks and just fantastic. And I noticed that with this record, you are a lot more involved in the writing process, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
So
Yeah, I think it was like 8 songs, 8 collaborations. Some bigger collaborations, some smaller, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah. So I normally like to stay away from the typical cliche questions, but one that I thought I would ask you is, which is your favorite song from the record?
Now it's hard to say. I love that record. I have of course, I like the ones that I presented the idea, the first ideas, the first riffs, and then now I can see the song there, like Night Stalker or like We'll Be Back, and being one of the main songs of the singles. So those 2 songs are great songs, and I do love Dogs of Chernobyl. I think Dogs was like the first. I remember Dave talking about, we're gonna do a song talking about Dogs of Chernobyl. So the concept came first, and then I think it was the first song that was like really complete and ready. And then I always liked a lot the riff and the ideas and the intro, the classical guitar, and the whole vibe. The kind of trying to bring that Eastern European vibe in the intro and all that. So yeah, it's a song that I like a lot.
Yeah, that's a fantastic song for sure. Now, Dystopia, that came out a few years back in 2016, that was another fantastic album, and it was my album of the year that year when it came out. Given how well that album did in terms of sales and acclaim and also the Grammy win, was there a lot of pressure in knowing what you guys were following up?
I think that there's always a pressure. We don't think much of. I don't remember us talking about Grammy, but the pressure is there. We are the ones that put the pressure, like our minds, So the pressure is always there. When you're creating, you're the one like judging the ideas all the time, and you have to learn how not to judge your own ideas, just to be free, to be creative, and not to judge the other.
Absolutely.
All the guys from the band ideas, and trying to understand and to listen and listen. And that's in a healthy environment for to be creative, right?
Yep.
So not judging. So I think we are the ones putting pressure. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Because
Yep.
that pressure starts right from the beginning. Like when you're playing some things, like, is this good? Should I record this idea for myself? Yeah. And then the other pressure, is this good enough to show to the other guys? Mm-hmm. And then everybody, is this good enough to start trying to build a song from those ideas?
Yeah.
And then there's always this judgment, like those phases, So when people ask about, do you have a pressure from the labels or fans? And of course, it's all connected, because you think like, do I like this idea? Do my bandmates like this idea? Or will the fans like this idea? So of course, your brain is always there,
Yeah.
You just have to get away from this and try to play and let those ideas to develop. And then one day it's like, oh, this is clear. This riff is amazing. Let's keep working on that,
Absolutely.
Try to make this very natural and organic way.
Absolutely. As the old saying goes, we're our own worst critics.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, now, even though the band never went away during the making of the album, with everything you guys have experienced during the making of this record, both good and bad, would you consider this maybe like a comeback album per se?
Because of the time frame, but
That
because of
time
the
frame,
pandemic.
the time frame and the everything that you may have like experienced during that time, with Dave's cancer battle and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
I never thought, to be honest, I never thought this way because we are there inside. And then I think the pandemic was like the whole world had to
Yeah.
stop. So is everybody coming back. And it's actually, that's what we see, coming back, the concerts coming back, people coming back to work, whatever it is, so everybody's in a way coming back. But then, of course, adding to that, you had Dave's cancer. But we did, like right after, we did a short tour in Europe.
With Five Finger, yeah.
Right, yeah, for the first time. So right before the pandemic. So I think that was like also coming back.
Yeah.
But for us, we're always there. We're always there because during the treatment, David was there working with us. Most of the time, we were creating the songs in in Nashville. Then I think the treatment was a bit harder for Dave, so we stopped for almost like 6 months. We did the Megadeth cruise in this period without Dave.
Right.
And then right after we did the European tour. So it's not like, maybe 2 months here, 2 months break there. And then the pandemic. But even during the pandemic, we kept contact. And Dirk went to Nashville to record drums. After a few months, I went to, during these 2 years of the pandemic, I went twice to Nashville to record and to finish all the work, right? So for us, it doesn't feel like a 2 years break. It didn't feel like that.
Yeah. So I wanted to switch gears talking about guitar playing because I read somewhere that you're naturally left-handed. Is that true?
That's true. Yeah.
And how long did it take before you got comfortable being right-handed?
No, I never tried to play left-handed.
Oh, okay.
So right away, when I grabbed, when I was 11 years old, there was a teacher, coming home, and then I grabbed the acoustic guitar, a nylon acoustic guitar, right, the classical guitar, and then I grabbed like this, but my sister was also having lessons with that teacher using the same guitar.
Right.
So we couldn't change the strings, and do like a Hendrix. So the teacher said, like, do you want to try, right-handed? And then I tried, and then I'm still, there's a few guitar players. I think Steve Morse is left-handed. So there's some, from Deep Purple. There's several guitar players that are left-handed. I mean, this is I cannot use the word lazy, but maybe I can use. But it's like it is only in rock. It's only in rock you see like a guitar player switching side, or a drummer like Ian Pace, Deep Purple Ian Pace. But you don't see you look at an orchestra, you don't see like a violin players. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of left-handed there, like cello and any instrument. That's the way you have to do it. That's it. You don't have a piano for left hand,
Exactly.
So, I mean, like all the other instruments, it's only the rock, guitars and drums you see people switching sides, right?
Interesting. So one thing that I wanted to ask you, a while back, I was speaking to Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse about a year ago or something, and I asked him who would be part of his dream supergroup, and you were his choice for a guitarist.
Really?
So,
amazing.
Which leads me to my next question. In a fantasy situation, who would be part of your dream supergroup? If you were on guitar, who would round it out on bass, vocals, and drums, and even possibly second guitar?
My thing is, like, I like so many styles of music, and I tend to listen when I'm listening to music. I tend to listen. I mean, lately mainly old music, like I'm talking about classical music and old stuff, you know,
Right.
or if I'm listening to metal, I mean, of course, I like to listen to new bands to see what they're doing and things like that. You know, people say, "Oh, the new album of this band's great. Let me check." But otherwise, I would listen to the things that used to listen when I was 15. You know,
Right.
uh, so yeah. So I think the band would be like some weird band with fusion guys and jazz guys mixed with Beethoven or something. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a great answer, but if uh, a metal band, I don't know. You have to help me with that.
It
You
doesn't,
know?
it doesn't really have to be metal. It can be like any style.
Oh yeah. Then we have like a Jaco Pastorius on bass,
Ah,
and then
nice.
you know, you know, I would be like, uh, I don't know. It's I don't know, like Herbie Hancock, and drummer could be so many great musicians. Man, it's so hard.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of those British wave of heavy metal, you know, bands like Maiden or Scorpions or Saxon or those bands. I like those bands, you know, when it comes to metal, you know.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be bad. Would it be good to have a like as a second guitarist, like a partner like Ed Van Halen or
Oh, yes.
or Steve Vai, you know, somebody. That would be
Absolutely.
cool. You know, I always think like when you have a band, people that you can learn from,
Hmm.
and then you know that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Herbie Hancock for like a possible example like that,
Yeah.
and that made me think like possibly a good drummer who's like well-rounded that would probably like fit really well with you because he's played so many styles is Vinny Colaiuta. You know
Oh
him?
yeah. Yeah. I don't know him personally. I'd love to meet him. Yeah, that would be a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So right now I have a fan question, okay? If that's okay,
Yeah.
that was
Of course.
submitted. So this comes from Chris, and this is actually a question that I was also wondering myself. With James Lomenzo back in the band, would you guys consider maybe bringing back any songs from the United Abominations and Endgame albums into the set list?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything is possible. I think now the thing about the set list is always like because we have everything kind of and all the bands nowadays they have like a lot of stuff automated. You
Yeah,
know, we don't have like pedal boards,
yeah,
the lights. So every time you decide, oh, let's play that song, or you play like, okay, this song is gonna be like, you know, like rock and roll, like no automation, just go and play. It's
mhm,
possible, or you have to have a lot of work, you know,
yeah,
to add the song on the set because of the visuals, you know, the video walls, all those light and you know, guitar patches programming,
yep,
and also like the all the crews to know to get to learn the songs and stuff like that.
yep,
So it makes things it makes the show better, but
yeah,
it makes harder to add songs. But we did talk about this, yes, to add songs from that period. Um, and but now we focus on practicing and adding the new songs of the
yeah,
new album. Of course,
yeah,
that's
for
like
sure.
that's more
Yeah.
important now.
Yeah, I mean the new record is always important, but personally speaking, I would love to hear like at least like one or two songs from those albums because those albums were my high
Which
school.
one?
Um,
Okay, which one? Tell me
either
one.
one, if I could pick, "This Day We
Yeah.
Fight" from Endgame.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll tell the guys today. All right.
thank you. Okay, so just one more quick question, and then
Yeah.
I'll let you go. I got to see you guys at the recent Toronto stop with on the Metal Tour of the Year, which was incredible, and
Yeah.
especially after waiting for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are wondering this, but are there any possibilities of a third leg somewhere, maybe in Europe or anywhere else in the world?
I mean, it was a great tour. For me, it's hard to answer that because I don't know. It's like so many things has to happen.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, it was a very successful tour,
Hmm.
and all the fans loved the combination of the bands. So,
Yep.
I mean, why not? You
Yep.
know, but there's nothing booked. You know, now we have this tour now, and then things are, they're arranging things for the next years, 23 and 24.
Yeah.
So let's see. You never know. And then each band has their cycle as well,
Yeah.
like the new albums and things like that. So you have to arrange many things to put bands together to be there in the same cycle, because maybe you have an idea, oh great, let's do it again, but they're in their moment that they have to go to the studio to record a new album, something like that. So
Makes sense.
there's a lot of things involved, but yeah, for me it was great. I heard from the fans, everybody loved the the two bands together. Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. So, well, Kiko, that's pretty much all I got for you right now. But I just want to say thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Alex.
And congrats on on Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Fantastic album, and wish you all the best with the current tour with Five Finger. And hopefully we'll see you guys back here in Toronto in the new year sometime.
Yes. All right, man. Take care. Thanks, Alex.
We'll see you.
Take it easy. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.